It's Monday, and that means it's a week since our reporter Tristram Clayton and his family, bless them, began our Ernest Rutherford challenge. The idea to see if the family of four could feed themselves on $100 for a week. Last time we checked, it was Thursday, and stocks were running low. So, how did they survive the weekend? Here is Tristram Clayton.
Day 5 of our $100 challenge, and the situation at the breakfast table is looking grim.
How many weeks left inside, Luke's?
2.
Just 2 left, yeah?
Yeah.
We still have a few slices of bread left, but clearly we're going to have to find something else to eat for our remaining 2 breakfasts. But when it comes to our final day of school lunches, we're not looking too bad at all.
Whoa. Corned beef sandwich. Nice sandwiches. You looking for sandwiches of corned beef?
Yeah.
Great.
In fact, a large part of all our lunches have come from leftovers from the previous night's meal. On Wednesday there was Tuesday's fish pie, Thursday the rest of Wednesday's risotto, and Friday the leftovers from Thursday night's very successful slow-cooked corned beef.
So where's that lovely pink peeler that you bought in Ponsonby?
Total cost for 4 servings and several lunches, just under $10. For Friday's evening meal, Andrew's finally pulled out the mince. It's time for spaghetti bolognese.
It's beef mince, and we've got beef mince, we've got nice onions and garlic and herbs here. The water going for spaghetti. Just saute the garlic, but don't brown it.
Total price, $11. There's plenty left over for Saturday lunch, and even enough to feed a hungry neighbour.
I think it's really nice.
And how does it compare to some of the other meals you've had this week?
Much better.
It tastes nice, especially with the mustard.
So, how did we survive those weekend breakfasts without Weet-Bix or milk? Eggs. On Saturday night, it's macaroni cheese. Where did we get the milk? Like the cheese, it was put aside and hidden at the beginning of the week.
Put on the top some bacon sprinkles with a bit of a few breadcrumbs made from some of the last bits of the toast that we've got.
Cheap and yummy.
Cheap and yummy.
Total price for 4 big servings, less than $5. And there's heaps left over for Sunday lunch. And finally, and only just, we've made it to Sunday. Time for a traditional roast, using the rest of those cheap chicken thighs we got from the supermarket. The cost for 5 servings, just under $9.
So it's Monday morning. We've now finished the $100 challenge, and this is what we've got left. No potatoes, no cereals, 1 onion. We've still got about half a bag of rice, and of course just those 2 Weet-Bix. They weren't finished because we had no milk. As you can see, no milk. We do a bit of relish. We've got 4 eggs, a tiny bit of pumpkin, and some of the margarine. Are you surprised?
I am a little bit that we have managed. I didn't believe we would, but we did. And I can see also that when you think about where you will buy your stuff, especially for vegetables, like Avondale market is obviously much better value for the price and quality, actually.
As for the boys, well, let's just say they had mixed feelings about the experience.
Sandwiches.
What about them?
I don't like this red stuff.
How about the lunches?
Yeah, it's been okay, but I prefer the old ones. There's no chips.
Yeah.
And no muesli bars.
So, 21 meals for 4 people for $100. I still can't quite believe it. Of course, we did have a couple of things working in our favour. The $100 was only for food. We had Avondale Market on our doorstep. And we had our very own chef and food technologist who'd put many hours of planning into making this challenge work.
The $100 challenge was going to be pretty tight, but for families that actually are, and there are plenty that are actually budgeting on $100 a week, this was to actually show that you can actually go about doing some really good meals and having, you know, a really nice time and enjoying cooking, and that's pretty much all I've set out to do.
So, will we keep on eating for just $100 a week? Not a hope in hell. Will we find ways of tightening our food bill and expanding the dishes we cook? I certainly hope so.
There was no, well, I'd say no oil paintings, but there was definitely that option of saying, hey, you can actually eat something than just overcooked veg, overcooked meat and crap quality stuff all the time. You can actually go out there, get some good ingredients and have a really enjoyable meal.
Are you surprised?
Yes and no. I mean, I'm sort of, in a way, relieved that it's a challenge that I was confident to do, and we've succeeded. And yeah, I'd like to do more of it. $50 a week?
No.
Chef Curtis talking to Trish from Clayton. Thank you so much to the Clayton family. Your feedback on the tram, what a joke. I say either take the trams away or fix it up before we become the biggest joke of the World Cup. You don't only represent Auckland, you represent the whole of New Zealand.